to go here and kind of hear from you about what's going on. And I was over there just last night, and a lot of work's been happening in the last 7 days since we last chatted together. So let's hear about what's happening this week, and then really jump into what we can expect over the weekend and next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like you said, everything went really well with it. That was a pretty major traffic switch. To make those happen, we had to close the entire 14 from Deerfield all the way, because we had all those temporary traffic signals you see all have to be moved one by one to get over the right location over the new lanes. So that all happened. We were back open by 5 a.m., which was our goal. And this week has been a lot of saw cutting. Doesn't seem like there's a lot going on, but to get started, we got to saw cut all the stuff next to where you're driving to be able to build that north half. So next week you'll see a major change as all the new pavement gets, the old pavement gets removed starting Monday of next week.
Yeah, that's great. So Lance, tell us a little bit, because not everybody maybe realizes what happens to all that old pavement. I know you don't throw it in the dump. So tell everybody that's on the call today, what do you guys do with it that's really cool and smart?
Yeah, with modern technology, back in the day, you would have seen all of that pavement taken someplace else, either buried but now with our new equipment we have these days, every bit of that pavement from the asphalt to the concrete beneath it will get recycled on site. So all the asphalt will get crushed into 1.25 inch stone, and all of the pavement below will be crushed into select material that will be used to build a new road.
That's so awesome. So basically you're reusing the old road by crushing it on site. You don't have to haul it away. You're not transporting it, so we don't see other additional trucks on the road doing that. And then what is that taking the place of, instead of something else you probably used to use? What is that old road base crushed up doing?
Well, you see the condition of the roadway out there now isn't the greatest, and that's because what is beneath it isn't the greatest. So nowadays we put 18 inches of stone underneath the new pavement, which will make that pavement last over 50 years.
Wow.
Different than what you see now. So what it does is it creates a really stable base for that new pavement we're going to put on it.
Right, really strong material that used to be the road bed is now, or the road surface is now going to be the base on beneath the new road, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And now you don't have to go mine aggregate limestone from a quarry and process that and truck it here, right? So we're seeing those trucks eliminated off the road too, right?
Absolutely.
Cool. Well, that's a great recycling story. So tell us, if you want to go to the map and show everybody what's been going on, where your closures are, and what we can expect to see out there today.
Yeah, absolutely. We can run through our slide here, maybe.
Yeah, you should have control.
There we go. So just a quick overview from last week. When we're done here, you'll see all new offset turn lanes, curb and gutter, storm sewer. And the really unique thing is the pedestrian traffic has really picked up on this corridor. And once we're done, you'll have a 10-foot bike path on the north side and a 5-foot sidewalk on the south side of the road, which will get you all the way from the residential side of Janesville all the way through this business corridor by foot or by bike, which is.
Can you use your cursor to just show us where that 5-foot pathway is going in right now? Okay.
So right now, if you see where my cursor is, there's a bike path over by Best Buy right now. So that'll connect to that and bring you all the way from the residential side of Janesville all the way through this side of the project, underneath the bridge here, and connect to the sidewalk over on 26, which will bring you all the way through that bike path. And everybody knows the bike path over 26. It'll connect the whole trail system now.
Wow, that's going to be fantastic. I was just talking to some bikers yesterday that like to bike to work, and they've been having to go around all this. So that'll be nice. They've got a connector loop now.
Absolutely.
So what's going on out there? Yeah. Oh, perfect. Look at this. All right.
So that gives you a perspective of what you're going to see. Is that right now out there, it's actually a rural section with ditches that don't work that well. And once we're done, you'll see, over here, this is on the north side of the road because you're looking east as you look at this cross section. So you'll have that'll be your bike path that'll virtually connect you all the way through all of these businesses when we're done.
That's super. Okay. And then show us on with your cursor where that crushed concrete from the old road is going in that profile there.
Yeah, absolutely. So that old roadway, like this, if this were the old roadway, that'll get recycled on site, and that'll be what we use to create this new bed.
Great.
typically when roads fail, that's the problem is what's beneath it isn't suitable to hold traffic. But once we're done, like that interstate up above, that thing's meant to last 75 years.
No kidding. That's amazing that we can build roads that are so durable now, and we can forego the last several years of construction in our lifetime, at least, right? That's really wonderful.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, go next.
Yeah, this next slide, I just want to highlight that while it is, everybody hears that this is an 8-month project, but the actual full closure only lasts till August. So we'll have through traffic back in action all the way through by the August 22nd, if not earlier. And with this mild spring, things are in our favor to easily make our goals.
Sure. So while this is happening, and while the east-west portion of 14 Humes Road is closed, can you explain to us again? So all the businesses are open, and there are access points to each of those. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, can you show us this a little bit? Maybe zoom it out a little bit more so we can see it a little bit, or zoom in, I should say.
Yeah, I don't know if I have that capability because it's a PowerPoint, but
okay.
The red area there is what is fully closed. So on the left side of the red here, this is State Highway 26, and this is Pontiac Drive. So that is what is physically closed, and that's where you'll see major construction activity starting Monday. But it's important to note and to all the people that use this corridor for business that these routes, these yellow routes, are your ways to get around. Deerfield Drive. If you're a local resident, Deerfield Drive is an excellent route to get back entrance to all of these businesses here, Blaine's Farm and Fleet, and all the festival and all of the other buildings here. And then also that Pontiac Drive, this through traffic's wide open for everybody. So if you're coming from Holiday, you can get right to Blaine's and Festival this way. Holiday Drive, we're real lucky. That's a facility that was built years and years ago, and luckily it was built with 4 lanes, and it's functioning very well. Pontiac gets a titch clustered at time because it's narrow, but I live right in the area, and it's working as well as I hoped it would.
That's fantastic. So do the different colors for the yellow and the green mean anything different, or are they?
Yeah, just that the yellow routes were planned to be the major detours, the planned detours, and then the green routes are the ones that are the feeders from the detours. So.
Sure. So anyone can go really north, south, if you will, through that area or around using the yellow, or like you said, Deerfield Drive, to avoid the whole area if you need to do that too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have these, so everybody knows, like, if you got the truck traffic that was just coming through and wasn't going to stop, all of that's been eliminated by the DOT. If you see here, if this is Delavan over here, Delavan side of 14. We're picking up all that truck traffic that was never going to stop anyways, and we're putting it onto Racine Street and then putting it onto the interstate and then back over to 26. So all those trucks you used to see that weren't stopping anyways are now routed around it.
That's fantastic. So the DOT's already sent out messages through their major channels to truck traffic that was normally coming through this area but not stopping, and basically telling them, you're not allowed to go on these side roads where our community needs to be. This is a route you need to take around this area of Janesville. Is that fair?
That's fair. And then they've also forward thinking is, so there's a truck that does want to stop at TA. And so if that truck knows that is his destination, you can continue through on 14. And when you stop at the TA here, or if you want to get to Mulligan's, or if you want to get to Motel 6, then you just use the CD route that we just built, the brand new CD road.
Yep.
If you're on 14, because we're bi-direction, you have the ability to hop onto the CD road and then get over to Mulligan's, Motel 6, Cracker Barrel, that way as well.
That's great. So really, as part of the last project, WISDOT and Batterman and Rock Roads and all of you got together and said, how do we still, for the next phase that we're in now, they planned ahead and said, this is how trucks are going to get around this area. If they're stopping, here's how they do it. If they're not stopping, this is where we want them to go, right?
I'd like to take credit for that, but I'll give that all to the DOT. That was probably 7-8 years ago they came up with that plan. But,
that's some good forward thinking. So
yeah.
Awesome. And I know also for forward thinking, Christine Rebout and our friends at the Janesville Visitor Bureau are really working hard with the businesses in this community to help with signage. So I know Christine gave us an update yesterday at our board meeting that they're working with businesses on that. So you can expect to see more signs out there. Anything you want to share about that, Lance, before we've got to go in a couple minutes?
Yeah, absolutely. You see on the screen now, these are what the typical sign looks like. And with the Department of Transportation, there is a permitting process. These signs have to be a specific size, and the lettering has to be a specific size, so it doesn't, not too small for people to read. Because if you got people trying to read that sign and slowing down to read it, then you got safety issues. So me and Christine have worked together on this in the past for the 26 corridor. So we're gonna do the same. What we do is we get all the businesses together.
Yep.
And get everybody on one sign, so we don't have a string of 10 signs, you know, which basically makes it so nobody gets to have their stuff seen. But yeah, working directly with Christine and the interested business, we'll get these rolling real soon here.
That's fantastic. Okay, I'm not seeing anyone anything in the chat, but I'll just mention it quick. If you have a quick question, we've got time for 1 or 2 questions.
Sure,
Otherwise,
I'll ask a question. Lance, do I need to ask you for the sign, or you're just going to put it up for Blaine's?
For your temporary business sign?
Yep.
Yeah, that is where we're hoping all of you will work as an organization together with Christine to create one sign, you know, to get multiple businesses on one sign. And
so
then
how can we do that?
Christine's in the process of setting up a meeting like this,
okay,
where we'll all get together, and then we'll look at a map of the area and pick out the key areas where these signs will be most effective.
And Sarah, I see Christine just put a note in the chat for you to just send her a note. If you look to the chat, anyone needing a sign, she's got her email in there as director@JanesvilleCVB at is that .com, Christine? Sorry, I think we just need to end .com. Yep, director@Janesville Chamber Visitor B Bureau. Yep, .com.
Got it.
Awesome. So she'll be spearheading the signage and working with Lance and the area businesses, but reach out to Christine and she'll get you in the loop. Great question. Thanks. Lance, anything else you want to add? We've got 2 more minutes and then we're going to let everybody get back to their day.
Yeah, no, it's like all of you are my eyes and ears out there. So if there are things, you know, these temporary signals do have glitches. It just happens. So anything that goes on out there that you see that I'm missing, feel free to call me at any time at the field office at 608-530-5100. That's 608.
I'm putting in the chat one more time, Lance.
Perfect.
608-530.
5100.
5100. All right. Hopefully everybody can see that. 608-530-5100.
And like I say, if things do happen, things happen at night and at weekends. We're on call 24/7. So that number won't get you 24-hour access. But if there were something signal-wise that happens at night, feel free to call the Janesville Police Department, and they know how to get a hold of me.
Yep, they sure do. Sounds great. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Lance. I know that you're busy and you got to get back out to the job site, but we really appreciate you calling in with us for our quick connect at Forward Janesville. Everybody, I hope you have a safe and wonderful weekend.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.